Disappointment arises when your needs, wishes, or expectations don't get met. You hope for one thing and end up with another or with less than you wanted. Disappointments can be large, such as being passed over for a promotion or being left at the altar, or small, as when you can't find those slinky sandals in your size. Surprisingly, it's not always major disappointment that knocks the wind out of you. Seemingly trivial letdowns can feel crushing too. You might be disappointed by life in general, or by other people, or by yourself, or maybe any and all of those three. Maybe you hope to become a doctor, or live in the mountains, or get married and have children, or retire when you're 35. All of us have dreams throughout our lives, and feeling badly when some of them don't come true is pretty normal. But how could it be otherwise when life is a mixed bag of intentional action and pure dumb luck? One particularly painful kind of disappointment is when you believe you've let yourself down. This experience is familiar to people with dysfunctional behaviors because they often have unreasonable expectations of themselves. Examples can include trying to be Superwoman or Superman by taking care of everyone, never saying no to requests for help, attempting to be or appear perfect, or trying to overcome an addiction, disorder, or mental health issue by yourself and refusing to seek help. When you ask more of yourself than is realistically possible, you are bound to fail. That's the nature of expectation. When you have an expectation of yourself, others, life, the world, you are setting yourself up for a disappointment, as without expectations, we would never feel disappointed. The thing is, having expectations is a part of our dreamscape, our visualizations, how we plan for what we want in life. So you can't get rid of them, and you have to prepare for disappointment. Having chosen my first career path as a ballet dancer, you'd think that I became good at rejection and that I was good at having my expectations blown out of the water pretty often. I actually told myself I was very good at rejection and knew how to pick myself up and try again. I do know how to pick myself up and try again, and I have in all aspects of my life. But it took me a really long time to be able to sit with disappointment. I would ruminate. I would ask everyone and anyone I could find questions about why things would happen. I had this addiction to wanting to know why people are the way they are, why they do the things they do, what needs to be in place in order to have what I want and not have to deal with these disappointing experiences. I realized that when I used to go back to my family for things, that they were never going to be able to be for me what I wanted them to be for me. When I used to make terrible choices in the dating scene and throw expectations on men and project a lot of qualities onto them that they really didn't have, when I saw all of it, I was really disappointed. In all those circumstances, I ignored disappointment and walked away because I didn't want to feel it. Then I'd go back or repeat elsewhere, thinking that maybe I'm just saying that because of something in me. I found it was easier to start feeling disappointed in myself versus others because I had some control over me. Getting your hopes up and having them crushed is the ultimate emotional bad landing. When you're disappointed, you experience a sinking feeling, a literal letdown, as if the elevator carrying your heart is hurtling towards the basement. Or one minute you're coasting along on a spirited breeze of yes, and then you suddenly crash headlong into a concrete wall of no. Disappointment not only deflates you, but also reminds you of how high you could have flown. Other strong feelings often accompany disappointment, like sadness, confusion, helplessness, resentment, envy, bitterness, despair, and the shame of being a loser. When the feelings descend upon you, you may want to cry, punch a wall, sink, or curl up and die. Although disappointment feels awful, it can provide you with a wealth of valuable information about yourself and your world. Its purpose is to keep you moving towards what's beneficial and away from what's going to come back and bite you.